spot, or they make that pass.
Clark being guarded by Thomas, who takes it away. Here's Harris, and Clark's going to foul Harris. Will they call it a transition take foul? They will, and now Clark gets a T in addition. That is an unbelievably costly sequence from Caitlin Clark. Turns it over, then gives a transition take foul, and then a technical as well.
Round two, Caitlin Clark. Let's get to it.
Okay, here we go. Let's get this thing started. This is the place where I get to say what I want, the way I want, and how I want. And there's nobody here to take the conversation to the right or to the left. Why? Because it's all on me. This is Express Yourself. And I'm Nate Patterson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nate Patterson, and this is Express Yourself. And we're going to go round two with this Caitlin Clark thing because, man, it's getting out of control, has gotten out of control. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better anytime soon. Wow. You know, I said in my last video that I was coming from of the perspective of fairness, right? I mean, I don't like this situation personally. You know, personally, I don't care for Caitlin Clark. You know, I don't think she's all that, what you people are saying on the other side. And I think you're going to get your feelings hurt soon because she's not going to produce anytime soon. They got her number. And blaming the rest of the ladies in the WNBA is not the answer. That's not going to make Caitlin Clark any better.
We continue to see meltdowns not only from the woke mainstream sports media, but also from WNBA players who are bitter and jealous and resentful that Caitlin Clark is the only reason people are actually watching their sport.
Let me ask you a question, right, for all you people, man, because, man, you guys are just ridiculous with this. What do you want those ladies to do? Number one, they get paid to compete. That's actually where their paycheck comes from. And if they don't compete with a certain amount of effort, they get fired. So what you're literally saying is that they need to back off Caitlin Clark and let Caitlin Clark do her thing. How is that going to work out with them in the human resources department?
I don't necessarily think you can blame fans. Caitlin Clark was discussed yesterday by Gino, though, on the Dan Patrick Show.
If you're a college player and you're a great college player, like Caitlin was, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. So the kid was set up for failure right from the beginning. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. There's a huge target on this kid's back. She's just not built for the physicality of this league.
How is that going to work out for the person assigned to Caitlin Clark? She can't really defend Caitlin Clark too close because you guys will be upset. This, people, is called defense. Something in college that Caitlin Clark didn't face a lot of. And when she did face it in college, she got shut down. Go back and look at the tapes. Go back and look at the videotapes, man. She wasn't running around raining threes the whole game. Even in that LSU game, man, she missed a lot of them down when it counted. She missed a lot of threes. I think I can remember at least about 5 because I was holding my breath. Oh yeah, she missed. You know, we know this woman is dangerous. We know she can shoot, but you guys are clown. Y'all making a clown out of this woman. Okay, let's get to it, man. You know, let's get to it. Number one, right? I had the nerve to go on YouTube, and I wanted to see what everybody else was saying about Caitlin Clark, like I didn't already know, you know. And I went to the WNBA section on YouTube, and oh my God.
trying to say that she's just as much of the reason that people are coming to WNBA games as Caitlin Clark is. Angel Reese pushes back on the WNBA Caitlin Clark popularity narrative. It's because of Me Too. Well, of course, it doesn't take much math to figure out that that's not the case at all. Angel Reese says interest in the WNBA is up because of Me Too. The packed arenas at Caitlin Clark games beg to differ. Caitlin Clark is the only person that's bringing in viewers. Caitlin Clark games are the only ones that are drawing fans in their record attendance for the WNBA. Not Angel Reese and not anyone else.
Everybody has a show like this one. You know what I mean? But what they say in the show, and you're free to say whatever you want, but man, wow. You guys are really insulting to a bunch of ladies you have no clue about. You're calling them thugs? Criminals? Let's do a comparison right now. I'm going to put up here flagrant foul. One on Angel Reese and one on Caitlin Clark, and they both happened in the same week. Which one did you hear about? That's a rhetorical question. We already know. Because you didn't hear shit about Angel Reese. Right? She got clotheslined. This was a much harder foul than that put on Caitlin Clark. Somebody, some well-to-do big name person said, even in the Chicago Sky camp, said that, if this happened in the street, it would be considered assault. Look at Angel Reese's foul. Tell me if that happened on the street, would that person not be arrested? And then look at Caitlin Clark's foul. You tell me if that's an arrestable offense. If we get an asshole cop, it would be. A Caitlin Clark fan cop, yeah, she would be arrested. But nobody else would do anything about that.
So here's the thing. I've watched, I think, part of or all of almost every game she has played in the WNBA. I watched both games over the weekend. She is being deliberately hit. And let me stress, deliberately. It's a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more sinister than just a hard welcome to a new league. It appears that the intent sometimes is to injure her.
But you guys are blowing it up like Caitlin Clark was attacked, and she's the victim. She's no victim. She initiated all that.
There's a lot of chatter on the Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark and the shot she took from Kennedy Carter of the Chicago Sky, but longtime media man Bob Costas sees a double standard.
To your earlier point, there was an incident recently. Alyssa Thomas, who happens to be African American, grabbed Angel Reese by the throat and threw her to the floor. Flagrant 2, ejected from the game. The reason why that doesn't spark as much conversation isn't just that Caitlin Clark is a bigger star than Alyssa Thomas. It's because it's a black on black incident.
Wow.
And you don't have that dynamic that people can comment on, yes, but also exaggerate and make the entire story. So
she initiated all that, throwing an elbow to Kennedy's head, and then talking shit about it going down the court.
You kind of did a good job already contextualizing what I was trying to get at with Caitlin. It's like you talking, and you mess around and find out, you elbow and you doing all that. That's a bigger conversation that I'm hoping now we have the door open to discuss. Same thing with against the Seattle Storm. Okay, she had a double text situation. Okay, and there was talking on both ends. She was penalized for that. So obviously she did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And even in that situation, when she was chirping, she's chest to chest with this Storm player. And you do have Aaliyah Boston in that situation kind of pull her away. But I think you even saw in that moment, Caitlin is not cut like that. Like whatever was said in response to her, she did not look ready to rise to the occasion of whatever that interaction was going to be. So to me, it's like, let's stop doing that. Like, let's not go in these games and instigate, talk mess and all this stuff and then not own up to it. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what she said in that interaction that got her the tech. We don't know what she said that led, we know the elbow, right? But we don't know what she said, chirping all the way down to the court, that led to Kennedy kind of doing what she did, which again was wrong. Because I really don't want it to get misconstrued at the end of this. And they're like, wow, you guys are defending.
Well, we've said
whatever.
it. We've said it a million times.
Yeah.
So they're going to either ignore that or hear it. Like, we're not going to oversay it. We've stated
one part of it. But I think,
you can tell a lot of y'all never played the game. A lot of y'all never played organized sports because this shit is in all organized sports on all levels. That's why they have rules. You know what I mean? This ain't just the WNBA. WNBA is fine.
I'm a basketball player. They don't give a damn if I'm a rookie. I mean, I want them to come at me every day. I want them to come at everybody. I mean, they're not supposed to be nice to me. I hope y'all know that. They're not supposed to be nice to me or lay down because I'm Angel Reese or because I'm a rookie. Like, thank you, AT, for sending the message to me because I got back up and I kept going and kept pushing.
There's some exciting games, and they get heated sometime, and that's all in the game. You know, I played organized sports, you know, and we had a rule. Whatever happens on the court stays on the court. And yeah, we went at each other a lot. But once the game was over, it was all null void. You know what I mean? But you people won't let it go. This stuff has been in the news for the past couple of weeks for no reason at all.
I heard about the WNBA when women of a certain color were beating up and bruising each other because it's been happening since the league's inception. Mm-hmm. We have this star, this person that people love. They want to protect her. So now the new fans and the new analysts and the new people have so much to say.
For no reason at all. Games have been played beyond this particular incident, and you're still talking about it. You want police to come in. I even saw a video where they're going to bring in some big woman. I guess she used to play in the WNBA. She's almost 7 feet. She's really huge for Caitlin Clark's enforcer. So now you want to make it a gang war. Nobody's bringing that type of smoke, but you people, with your nonsense. You know, my last video, like I didn't know what happened. And people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I never watched the WNBA. I don't know anything about basketball. I played the game all my life. Organized, college level. You know what I mean? I played the game all my life. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Do you? Do you? Let me tell you why the Fever are losing games. Let's see how much basketball prowess you have. Right? I watched an interview with Kelsey Mitchell. Obviously, this interview was before the season started, or probably the first game had been played, but no further than that, because they had no idea they were going on a losing streak, or she didn't. And she was talking very optimistic about the different roles that people had to play in order for them to be a winner this season.
A little bit too.
Thank you. Sorry.
There you go. I'm coaching. I'm a good coach. When you think about where this team has come from last year, so many close calls, could have been in the playoffs, and taking that next step now and knowing that the foundation is in place, now it's just about going out there and doing it.
I feel like, to your point about how close we were last year, we made a lot of great strides, and I think the sky's the limit. But more importantly, I think now that we add, great pieces, a really, really great piece, I think we can expand who we are in so many ways now, on and off the floor, obviously, but specifically on the floor, we can, do so many things and master so many different ways of scoring and defending the ball in different ways and just being aggressive because we are young. But more importantly, we all develop a really great IQ together so far. So.
And they asked her about Caitlin Clark, and they said that they referred Caitlin Clark would be the savior for the Indiana Fever, and everybody had to play with her. And Kelsey Mitchell, immediately corrected them and said Caitlin Clark, rightfully so, brings her game to the table, and they have to mix in with everybody else.
What impact do you think Caitlin Clark will have? Do you think you guys could literally go from a losing season to the playoffs this year just because of her?
I'll say that who Caitlin Clark is and what she brings to the table on and off the floor, because I've got a chance to talk and get to know who she is as a person, and that's more important to me. I think who she is and what she brings to us will enhance what we did last year and take it to another level for sure. When you got a person that can shoot the ball like that from different areas of the floor, the game goes from like this to like this, So we're going to take that and utilize it for what it needs to be. And hopefully Caitlin can be comfortable enough with us to, still be who she is and be that great player that she is for sure.
Chloe, go ahead.
Well, let's take a look at that, what she said, but she's a prophetess. Everybody on the Indiana Fever, and I have been watching their games, for those people who say you don't know what you're talking about. And yes, I knew they were losers last season, but this is a new season. They don't have to be losers this season, and they shouldn't be. Listen closely. They shouldn't be losing. Everybody on that roster that is playing is doing their job. They are playing their role. Chelsea Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, the other African girl, I can't remember her name, the other white point guard, not point guard, the other white guard, all setting guard, they're all playing fantastic. There is only one person that is not performing. And it shows. And you people, you can't wrap your mind around it. There is one person on that team that has not brought 100% performance. I don't know if I phrased it right the way I wanted to say it, but has not performed in the manner in which the Fever expected. Now, if that person was performing to the level that you people expect, the Indiana Fever would probably be undefeated right now. That's how good they are. But because that one person that you guys have put on a pedestal and made it all about her is underperforming or performing, the Indiana Fever are 2-9. Do you understand basketball? Caitlin Clark is not performing to the level that she is capable and to the level that they expected. Her numbers show it. You don't have to listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Go Google her numbers. They gave this woman Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Month. Let's analyze that and break that down, because I knew that was going to happen. She's going to get Rookie of the Year, and she's going to be on the Olympic team with these dismal numbers. Watch. They're going to find a way to get her on those teams. Watch. Right? I came across this post on Facebook, and I thought there was a problem. I'm like, yo, man, wait a minute. Caitlin Clark hasn't been all that, and she's Rookie of the Month. I've seen other rookies, they've been performing their behinds off. And no, this ain't right. Okay, the Caitlin Clark hype, now they're going to go with making her Rookie of the Month. You see that post right there? That comes from ESPN. ESPN, a well-accredited organization, well-trusted in sports. Their opinion matters.
Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky and the other bitter black women in the NBA, in the WNBA, they hadn't had enough embarrassment, so they decided to go full Jussie Smollett.
You see their list? Find Caitlin Clark on that list. Find her. Yeah, you got to scroll all the way down to position 6, and she's Rookie of the Month. How does that happen? WNBA with their nonsense. The hype machine with their nonsense. You know, putting this girl before other people. You see, this is why you got the animosity in the league right now, is because this game is being played. You're taking this little rookie who coming in unproven, right? And you placed her above everybody in the league that have been tried and proven. We know what they can do, and we're seeing what Caitlin Clark cannot do. And they're exposing her because they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're playing the game. And so far, Caitlin Clark can't hang. You might think that because she scored 20 points, or because she scored even a 30-point night, she's flash, she's doing all this. No, that's a very quiet 20 and 30 points. I didn't see the 30-point game, so I can't comment on that. But the 20-point game, the 15-point game, the 11-point game, very quiet. Those numbers didn't come till late in the game when she finally hit a couple of three-pointers as she made like about 10 or 11 attempts, which are very bad numbers, a very bad percentile. 2 for 11. Who's gonna put you in a rotation 2 for 11? Who? But you put Caitlin Clark there, underperforming, right? They're stripping her of the ball. She has no handle. They are stealing the ball from her left and right. She leads the league in turnovers at 54 right now. Right now, she has 54 turnovers in 11 games. And you're saying she's the greatest ever? Are you saying they're making a mockery of her? And when she gets stripped, look at the tapes. Every time they steal the ball, she throws her hands up and gives up. She doesn't chase the ball down. You'll see other Indiana Fever that have came from behind her chase the ball down and try to make an effort to get the ball back while she's standing there crying to the referee with her nasty mouth. She has a very nasty mouth on the court. She is not a nice person on the court. She's a baller. And I'm not taking nothing away from that, because everybody should express themselves on the court. That's what makes the game. It's the intensity that brings it. And she has a lot of intensity. Well, you guys seem to think that she's a victim. You don't need to speak up for that girl. She can speak up for herself, and she does a very good job at it, especially when she hits a three-pointer. She talks a lot of trash.
You kind of did a good job already contextualizing what I was trying to get at with Caitlin. It's like you talking, and you mess around and find out, you elbow and you doing all that. That's a bigger conversation that I'm hoping now we have the door open to discuss. Same thing with against the Seattle Storm. Okay, she had a double text situation. Okay, and there was talking on both ends. She was penalized for that. So obviously she did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And even in that situation, when she was chirping, she's chest to chest with this Storm player. And you do have Aaliyah Boston in that situation kind of pull her away. But I think you even saw in that moment, Caitlin is not cut like that. Like whatever was said in response to her, she did not look ready to rise to the occasion of whatever that interaction was going to be. So to me, it's like, let's stop doing that. Like, let's not go in these games and instigate, talk mess and all this stuff and then not own up to it. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what she said in that interaction that got her the tech. We don't know what she said that led, we know the elbow, right? But we don't know what she said, chirping all the way down to the court, that led to Kennedy kind of doing what she did, which again was wrong. Because I really don't want it to get misconstrued at the end of this. And they're like, wow, you guys are defending.
Well, we've said
whatever.
We've said it a million times.
Yeah.
So they're going to either ignore that or hear it. Like, we're not going to oversay it. We've stated
one part of it.
She talks a lot of trash to the other team. You know, so your golden girl is being exposed by these people, by these women that you guys are degrading, humiliating, verbally assaulting. You know what I mean? Wow. Thugs. The conservative white way of saying nigga. We already read through that, people. You know what I mean? She is not in college anymore. Just like Diana Taurasi said that, and I said that in my last video, and somebody had the nerve to comment on that and said Diana Taurasi only averages 17 points a game. Do you know who Diana Taurasi is, young man? You sound like you have no clue. Diana Taurasi is roughly about 40. She's on the decline in her career, and she's still out there busting their ass. I couldn't believe you actually posted that for other people to see. You know what I mean? Diana Taurasi? Really? You need to go watch some videos. I'm not even going to defend her because I don't have to. But anyways, man, that's all I got to say, man. You guys are going to get your feelings hurt because right now the Fever are on a 7-day break. Right, they'll be back up and running on Saturday. Right now it's June 6th, so they'll be back up this Saturday. And let's see if the rest, and they were crying about they had no practice and all this stuff, has actually helped them. And I hope they have, because they actually have a very good team. But like I said before, one player is underperforming and is hurting the team. While you guys give her all the props and she's the best player, and everybody else they can't catch her passes and whatever other excuse you want to put on put out there for this person underperforming. She is actually performing just like a rookie. She's adjusting to the it was called a curve, right? It's a big leap from college to professional ball. It's a big leap. The other rookies have made or are making or have made the transition, and they're doing okay or very well. It's Caitlin Clark who is having a problem. The golden girl that you guys said was going to come in and dominate the league, she's the only reason that people are watching the WNBA. She's the only reason why they got, private charter flights now and making a little bit more money when all these things had already been placed in motion over the years. They just came to fruition. Now, maybe Caitlin Clark had a hand in expediting that, but they already had plans for all this stuff to happen, and it's long overdue in the WNBA. These games are exciting. They're much more exciting than the NBA. I don't watch the NBA anymore. I watch the WNBA now. And my team is Chicago Sky. Why? Because of Angel Reese. I like her. I like her game. Can she improve? Hell yeah. She has a lot of improving to do, and she will. But you don't hear her fans running around talking about she's the best ever and all this crap that you guys have put on the shoulders of Caitlin Clark. Do you know she has to cash those checks herself? You know how much pressure y'all putting on that girl? Do you know how many shots she's missing? I'm Nate Patterson, and this is Express Yourself. Peace.
You don't never need help.